when I turn back, I instantly see a fist going straight into my face. Let me tell you, when that fist went into my Didi. Hey guys, so today this video is going to be different. I'm not doing a beauty video, I'm actually doing a story time. So I know this is a beauty channel, but I'm going to be doing a lot of story times on this channel because like I feel like I've had so many eventful things happen in my life that just need to be talked about. Like, it needs to be told. So if you guys like the story times, like, let me know, because like I have like a whole book to tell you. Like, I have like chapter to chapter. Like, I literally have so many stories that I could tell. So the story that I'm going to be telling is the time I got my ass beat. When I was 14, I got okay, so the story still sometimes gets to me. Like, I still think, like, how could somebody be so cruel? And then again, like, it was my fault. So like, it was just me being a dumb ass 14-year-old, and that happening really changed my life, like how I am today and stuff. Like, it really had an effect on who I am today. Okay, I'm talking too much, let me just tell the story. So when I was 14, I was in grade 9. It was summer school. I was enrolled in summer school. So I had a friend. Well, she wasn't my friend anymore, we stopped being friends. We're gonna call her Alicia. So Alicia was my friend during the whole like school year of grade 9. During the end, we stopped being friends, yada yada yada. So me and Alicia got in an argument, and like we were like messaging each other, like all this next stuff. Like, I'm telling Alicia, like, yeah, like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I could have beat Alicia's ass because Alicia was my size. Like, me and Alicia were both small. Like, I could have beat Alicia's ass, like, but yeah. So me and Alicia arguing in our texts. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you up. And Alicia's like, okay, well, come, like, you can come and try. Like, she's talking like really big, like she's really about this fight. But either way, like, we both aren't fighters. Like, we were never going to fight. Like, it was just because like that's just what you do when you're in an argument with someone. Like, you just tell them that you're gonna beat them up. So Alicia has a overgrown friend named, we're gonna call her Didi. So Didi isn't the same size as me and Alicia. Didi was grown. Like, Didi was our age, but she didn't look our age. Like, Didi was developed, she was tall, she was strong. Didi was Didi. So me and Alicia are tweeting about each other on Twitter. Didi messages me and is like, oh, like, if you have a problem with Alicia, you have a problem with me, and if you touch Alicia, I'm gonna beat you up. So like, I'm taking Didi for a joke because Didi's not cute. So like, I'm just literally laughing, like, because I'm not taking this whole thing serious. Like, I'm just laughing about it. Like, what the hell? Like, me and Didi are going back at it in each other's messages and in our Twitter DMs, and like, I'm taking it for a joke. Like, Didi was really mad. I'm taking it for a joke. Like, Didi had a profile picture of her hair in a ponytail, and I screenshotted it and I sent it to her, and I'm just like, oh, because Didi messaged me and said like, oh, like, you have no hair. But like, I guess she assumed that because I wear extensions or weave, that's what she thought. But that's where Didi fucked up, because I do have hair. I actually have a lot of hair, but Didi didn't. So Didi had a struggle ponytail in her profile picture, and I sent it back to her, and I was just laughing. Like, I was literally ripping her apart. Like, it was so funny. Like, I was really like having so much fun cussing her out until shit got real. So but that was all like in the afternoon. By 7-8 o'clock now, this fight is really happening. Like, everybody's tweeting about it. Didi's tweeting about it, like, I'm gonna beat you up tomorrow. And I'm not taking this serious. Although it's on Twitter and everybody's talking about it, I still don't take this shit serious, because like, who's like, nowadays, like, who really does fight? Like, who really does fight? When does a fight really break out? But yeah, so Didi's tweeting about it, and like the school that Didi went to, the summer school that Didi went to and the summer school that I went to was walking distance. Like they were like 5 minutes away, but we didn't go to the same school. So the summer school that I went to was pretty chill. Like people were like, you know, like people weren't doing too much. At Didi's summer school, it was hype. Like everybody's talking about this, like it's all with all the hype people. Everybody's just like, it's just all the hype is at that school. But I didn't go to that school, Didi did. So everybody that knows Didi is tweeting about it and is talking like, yeah, like tomorrow after school there's a fight, blah blah blah. And I'm still not taking this serious. So this other friend that I had, we're gonna call her Boobs, that night she DMs me and she's like, you're about to get your ass fucking beat tomorrow, like I'm gonna have to come, because if I don't come, like you're gonna get your ass beat. So now I'm feeling okay. Like already I don't believe this fight is really gonna happen, and I'm thinking like if I don't want to fight, I'll just say like I don't want to fight. Like my beef was with Alisha, but if Boobs is coming, then I'm good. Like that's what I was thinking. So the next morning comes and I go to school, and at my school it wasn't too hype. Like I said, like nobody was really asking me about it, so I was just thinking of it as like whatever, like, you know. But obviously at Didi's school it was the biggest deal ever. Like everybody's talking about it, like after school like there's a fight, like blah blah blah. Everybody's talking about it. So after school starts now, and Boobs pulls up to my school in track pants and like just fighting gear, and I wasn't in fighting gear, but I'm looking at her like, okay, like she is serious about this. Like I'm pretty sure I'll be good if this fight really does break out. Like I'll be good. So we go across the street. Apparently, like there was apparently some spot across the street, and at this point I'm starting to be like, when I see all these people from Didi's school coming, I'm like, oh, so all these people are here to watch me get beat up. Like this is serious now. Like I can't fight Didi. Like now I'm starting to take this shit serious. So we go across the street, and my whole plan is to go over there and say like, I'm fighting Alisha, I'm not fighting you, Didi. And Didi wasn't hearing it. So I get to the like, there's a crowd walking to this neighborhood, and I look around, and all of a sudden I'm in a circle with Alisha and Didi. Like we're in a circle, and I'm looking, and Alisha and me are just going back and forth or whatever, and like not like just fuckery, like just foolishness. We're just talking foolishness, and Didi's just like, well, either way you're like, she's telling me to hit Alisha because she's saying like, you're gonna get effed up anyways. And I'm like, oh, like this is serious. I'm starting to get scared. Like my heart's beating fast, and I'm realizing how many of Didi's sisters are there. Didi has a whole bunch of ugly sisters that like are with her, and then she has all these other big friends that are way bigger than me and Alisha. And like I'm like, oh, so this shit is serious. Like this shit is serious. So that's happening, and somehow some other like irrelevant fight breaks out at the side, and like I guess it just started to be too much, and then like the fight got moved, and like I don't know if the police showed up or what happened, but like we had to move from that spot. So now I'm realizing like someone just got their ass beat. I'm next. I better get home. Like this is serious. Like I need to go home. So I walk towards the bus stop while everybody is walking towards the bus stop, because the bus stop was beside a recreational center that everybody chills at. So everybody's going to the recreational center, I'm going to the bus stop. So I'm at the bus stop standing. Didi and her friends are also at the bus stop standing, and like the bus is coming. I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. I have my stuff. I'm like, I'm going home. Like this is it. The bus pulls up, and I'm about to go on the bus, and I guess like Didi's friend showed her like, look bitch, like she's about to go. And Didi walks up to me and she's like, where are you going? Like we're supposed to be fighting, like I'm still beating your ass, like you can't go anywhere. And like I'm just like, you know what, like I'm thinking like an idiot, like okay, let me stay, let me get my ass beat. So I decided to stay because I didn't want to look like a pussy or whatever, even though that was really stupid. I should have took my ass to fucking bed, but no, I thought I was sick and I stayed there. So I decided to stay, and they found another spot across the street from that recreational center. So I walk over there like still scared, thinking like, you know, when I get in front of them I'm gonna tell them like straight up like I'm not fighting, that's it. We get over to the next place, and I'm realizing again that I look around and I'm in a circle, and it's just me, Alisha, and Didi, and all of Didi's little friends, and oh sorry, not little, big friends, and DD's sisters and DD's cousins and whoever else. So at this point, like, me and Alicia are going back and forth just talking about like irrelevant shit. I'm gonna insert a couple clips in this video so you can see like what really went down. I'm gonna show you how the circle looked and how I looked and how Didi looked and how Alicia looked. So in the circle, me and Alicia are going back and forth, and Didi isn't talking too much, but now I know why Didi wasn't talking too much, because she was getting ready to punch the fuck out of me. So all I remember is throughout all that irrelevant conversation, I turn my head, I turn back, and then when I turn back, I instantly see a fist going straight into my face. Let me tell you, when that fist went into my Didi's not a girl. Didi's a man, because I've been fisted in my face before from my mom, from whoever, and it wasn't like that. Didi is a man, and plus she was what, 14? There's no way that a 14-year-old girl should have punched me and I felt like that. Didi punches me straight in my lip. Thank God it was my lip, not my nose, because I would have been knocked the fuck out. Didi punches me in my lip, and instantly my lip is gushing blood. Like, I remember I blacked out, and I was seeing everybody's reaction in slow motion. Like, I'm just seeing everybody's reaction in slow motion, and like I'm just not there. I'm physically there, but I'm not mentally there. Like, I'm not there. So when I get brought back to life now, I suddenly see myself getting thrown to the floor by Didi, and then I'm now on the floor with Didi, and Didi's sisters and cousins and friends and family and dogs, they're all jumping me, kicking me, hitting me, punching me, and I'm just on the floor like, what the hell? And at this point, I'm wondering where Boobs is at. I'm wondering where Boobs is at, and I'm just like, whatever, like, I'm already defeated. Like, nothing in my body was telling me like fight. Like, I don't know what it was, but like I was literally just holding everything. Like, nothing told me to fight back. So I suddenly realized that Alicia, the same bitch that said she wasn't going to be fighting, that she doesn't fight, I'm not fighting, Didi's fighting for me, walks her ass over and steps on me while I'm on the floor. On the floor. When I was standing up, Alicia wasn't going to fight me. Alicia said, no, I don't fight. I am not putting my hands on you. I don't fight. Alicia, I'm gonna show you guys, because in the video, like, we could see when Alicia walked her ass over and stepped on me and ran back around, but suddenly everybody that is in the audience that is like so ready to fight, suddenly so ready to see a fight, suddenly cares, and they're like, oh my god, what did they do to her? Oh yeah, get up. Oh my gosh, are you okay? What are you gonna do? Fuck all of you guys in the audience, because like I don't know. Like, I'm like, yeah, we're all young, like, you know, we're all stupid, we want to see a fight, but at what point do we say like, okay, this is enough, like, this is wrong? Like, at what point do we do that? I guess at no point. Anyways, the fight is over, and I walk away with my lip gushing blood, literally this big. My lip is this big, and I get on the bus, transit bus, and I bus my ass home. On the way home, I had to stop at a pizza shop for ice, because unfortunately my lip was literally like, it was so swollen that like I don't even know, like, it was just so swollen. Like, I see some severe fights and I don't see people's lip like that. Like, that girl was a man. But I got ice, resting it on my face while I take the bus home. I get home and I'm like so sad, so depressed, so devastated. Like, my life, I just felt so, I don't know, like, it was just so sad. Like, I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, I'm just in so much regret. Like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. And then it gets later and my mom gets home and she calls me in. she calls me in the she calls me in her room, and like she apparently knows about this fight. Turns out my brother knew about this fight and he called her. Whatever, he called her, she knew about the fight, she saw my lips, she was instantly so upset. She was just saying all these rude things to me, like I wish you were never my daughter. Like you're a disgrace. Like she was just so mad. I never saw her so mad at me in my whole life. Whatever, my mom's being a mom, thinking like, she's like, what's Alicia's number, what's Alicia's mom number, I want to talk to her mother. I gave her Alicia's number because I was forced to. Alicia disrespecting my mom, whatever. And then my mom takes away my phone. So at this point, like I'm just a creature. Like what is left to life? I go back in my room, and then like I'm bored and I'm just crying. I'm just thinking like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like I need to go on Twitter, like I need to call somebody, whatever. So I go and ask my sister to use her iPad for the night. I go sneak and get my sister's iPad after my mom falls asleep, and I go on Twitter, and I kid you not, every single post on my timeline was about me. Every single post on my timeline was about me, was either some meme or some joke. I was the laughing stock of the city. Everybody knew about this fight. People from my cousins from Toronto are calling me like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, why didn't you call me? People from Ajax, people from Mississauga, people are just calling like, why did you call me? And it's because I didn't think that this thing was really going, like I just never took this shit serious. Like I really wasn't taking this shit serious. I wasn't. And when shit started to get real to me, it was already happening. But yeah, so the next morning I woke up, went to summer school, and I'm still having the swollen lip, but I still went. I went to school, and the teachers called me in their office, and they're just like, we know about that fight, and like your kid's out of summer school. And I'm just trying to tell them like, this fight never happened during school hours, it wasn't even on school property. Like what's the issue? They're saying like, no, like you're still like, this was big. Like I'm guessing, like I don't know how they found out about this, but this was a big fight. Everybody knew about this fight, and I was kicked out of summer school at this point. Like I am done with life. I am so defeated. I'm so sad. It was over. All I could do, like I left it. I told all the teachers, fuck you, and fuck you. While my lip is fucking fucked up, you're still gonna piss me off. I went home, cried my whole way home, literally on the transit bus outside on the road. I cried my whole way home, and that was it. I got home, my mom was like, yeah, like you have anything to tell me? I'm like, I guess you already know I'm kicked out of summer school. She's like, yeah, you are kicked out of summer school, but whatever. She said like, you're still gonna do work, you're still gonna do this, you're gonna cook every day, blah blah, whatever. I was kicked out of summer school, and I was so sad. I still didn't have my phone. I was just in a dark cloud. Like that was probably one of the darkest moments of my life. Like I was just so, I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like I had nobody, like nobody, not even myself I felt like I had. But yeah, so that was the story of me getting beat up. We're gonna fast forward to 4 years later. When was this? This summer that just passed, I went to a party, and the best friend who I was best friends with at the moment of that party, we went to the party. Her name was the same name as Dee Dee's name. So we were at the party, and we were going different places. I was going to my house, she was going to hers, but we both ordered Ubers to get home. So we ordered Uber pools, and it turned out like that's how Uber pool works. We were in the same Uber. So I get in the car, and as soon as I get in the car, like I'm drunk, and I get in the car and I look over, and I'm like, oh, like I know you. Turns out it was Dee Dee's sister, one of the bitches that was jumping me. But like it was 4 years ago. Like what am I really about to do right now? Like I just looked at her, and she like gave me like a smile, like, hey bitch, like, you know. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And there was someone else in the front seat, but I'm guessing that was the girl beside me's friend or whatever. So because my best friend at the time and the girl in the front, who was who was the bitch that beat me up, had the same name. So she gets dropped off first, my best friend gets dropped off first, and then I'm like, the Uber driver says like, okay, like it's your turn, we're gonna drop you home, and then I'm gonna drop home me. So she drops me home, and because I kept hearing the name Dee Dee in the car, I'm thinking like they're talking about my girl beside me, because like that's her name. Then she's dropped home, and I'm still hearing this Dee Dee in the car. Then something clicks. I'm like, wait, if this is DD's sister, then that's DD. So me and DD's sister, two bitches that jumps me, ended up being in the same Uber pool. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like what is my life saying? Like I'm drunk, I'm turned, look at my life, like it's a small world, like I'm just stupid. And I get home and I'm just like, wow, like it's a small world. Like Didi couldn't even turn around and look at me in the face because she knows she's ugly, and she knows that a bitch like me grew up, and a bitch like me could never let that happen again. But yeah, that was the story of me getting beat the fuck up when I was 14. This happened 4 years ago and it still pisses me the fuck off. Goodbye.